Hello everybody, I'm Tom and you are watching me play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The Hearts of Stone DLC specifically. We are just near Oxenfurt. We are at the Herbalist's hut. Because he has a contract for us. Hello, Herbalist.
Greetings. Is it herbs you seek? Medicines to mute a bashful maid's inhibitions? Or a concoction to raise your own courage for a second go?
That it? No other weeds or brews?
Aye. One to make your hair grow. Another to do the opposite. An easer of pain, a calmer of heartburn. Tell me what ails you.
A game of Gwent is what ails me. First, let's go shopping.
Let me have a look.
I don't think he has anything particular that I want. No, nothing specific. Alright. I'm gonna play Gwent. Let's play cards. There'll be a timestamp so you can skip it if you want. May as well just bet everything.
Yearning to play a few rounds of Gwent.
That ought to set me straight. I still don't think we really have the cards required to do anything other than a Northern Realms deck. I may be able to pull off Skellige. I don't think I have enough for Monster yet. Nah, I don't have enough for monsters. Nilfgaard, I could probably pull off a Nilfgaard deck maybe, but we'll just go with Northern Realms. Could do any Siege Expert. How much Siege do I have? 1. So could do any Siege Expert is kind of useless for me. We have Stennis, which is nice. Oh! Last episode we were talking about Siegfried. Here he is, Siegfried of Denelle. Denise. Or Denelle? Denelle, I think. We're on the same side, Witcher. You'll realize this one day. Could do any Siege Expert? Okay, I mean I'll take it. We only have 1 of these, so I'm going to swap it. And it was a straight upgrade. Only by 1 point, but probably worth it. Going well so far. I think I go for another spy here. I think just spying up as much as possible is probably not a horrible idea. Probably worth a Scorch here. The reason being is they may play a Revive to bring it to me. Alright, passed with 12. I can win that. So I will. I could just use Ciri there, but I can bring them back with Revives, so there's reason for my seeming madness. Alright, let's go first with one of you. I think we've pretty handily won this. We've got 9v6 cards. And I really have 11 cards because I can bring 2 of mine back, so I think we're good. I also have quite a few 5s, which I can keep playing, because they can't Scorch at this point because they destroy their own board. Well, I suppose they can Scorch if they want, but it's a risky play, that's for certain. Now they've got a 6, they definitely can't Scorch. I can beat them here no matter what they have in their hand. So I'm pretty good. Penetrable Fog, that's fine. Let's put Sheila out there. They're gonna clear their own weather? Hard to say really, I guess. 2 cards left. Alright, 1 left. Let's play Ciri for starters. Because that puts them... Well, I mean, they're screwed. I've already won, I think. Torrential Rain, yeah. Okay. Because I can win by more? Actually... Yeah, I mean, technically I can. I'm just gonna win by as much as humanly possible. Bring the catapult back. Bring the other catapult back. Which one do I want to double? Clearly this one. And then we can clear the weather with my leader ability. Which will give me like over 100? Yeah, 132. I beat it by 100. That's ridiculous. Huh? Him. I beat him by 100. Alright, sweet.
Hey there.
And got a monster card, which is nice. There's no point in me asking this, but I'll ask it anyway.
Know any advanced formulae? Maybe something you could teach me?
All I know I learned from Master Gremist of Skellige. Looking to apprentice yourself in the herbalist trade?
Nah, I just want to learn something new.
Call it what you will. You must sail across the great sea, find the Isle of Ard Skellig. There, in the sacred grove, the learned Master Gremist will judge whether you're fit to be his pupil.
Gremist is kind of an asshole. I can't remember if we did that in this playthrough or not. I don't think we did, but any case, I'm here about the notice.
Hear about the contract.
Whew, a taker at long last. Poverty in everyone's lips, but when you've a job to give, no one's eager. Folk are lazy, that's the truth of it.
Stick to the point if you don't mind.
Right. Sorry for the chatter. I'm anxious, is all. Been so long without any word. It's my apprentice, Falkert. I sent him to the Dead White Wood. You know, the forest near Martin Foy's farmstead. I'd run out of hand fibre, see, and the damned stuff grows thick as weeds there.
Let me guess. Hasn't returned.
Yes, no, he hasn't. Please, find him and bring him back safe and sound.
No promises, but I can certainly look for him. Any distinguishing features? How will I recognize him?
Got to think on that. Well, he's a halfling, as I am. Light hair. Will that do?
Probably.
It'll have to. So long.
Also, as you can see on the minimap, this guy's house. If you want herbs, you just take this. He doesn't actually mind. So if you want extra herbs, I don't really need them, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I'm gonna take them anyway because, well, I mean, I'm like that. Yoinked. Yoinked. Alright. So, Dead White Wood is just up here. Is there any... I guess the quickest way to get there is actually from where I am, actually. I guess what I'll do is I'll clear out... I want to eventually clear out all these question marks, but I don't know whether or not it's worth doing it on screen. Because, like, a lot of them are going to be, you go there, kill some bandits, take some treasure, or kill some monsters, get some treasure. Some of them are interesting, but for the most part, a lot of them aren't horribly. I think what I'll do is I'll go to Temerian Hideout and go up the main road. I think I'll just head straight there. I'll cut and I'll be, like, there, essentially. Hello. This is one of the interesting ones. Hello. Apparently that was the first harpy I've ever killed. I find that hard to believe. Oh, that's an Ariana, nice. Arinia? Arinia? I don't know. So this one here is one of the more interesting of the waypoints, so I will actually do this one. We're here, by the way, for those interested. We came from here, I picked up that on my map, and then we're here. Then we've got to head up here eventually for this quest, but, you know, this isn't actually a really interesting side point, so we're going to have a look. Looking to purchase eggs. We'll buy harpy eggs for top coin. Important, please do not wash the eggs. Nicholas Vogel, Vic Watchtower. This, presumably, is the venerable Nick Folkett. Nick Vogel, rather. Nicholas Vogel's laboratory. Network, chess key, lesser glyph of Ard. Kedweni Curious. He has, like, actually a bunch of cool stuff there. But the more interesting part is his laboratory notebook. Fragment of Nicholas Vogel's laboratory notebook. I've acquired the eggs. They cost a fortune and left with barely enough funds to pay for rent for my laboratory. But now I can begin my work in earnest. I'll soon show those pea-brained admirals of ours that airborne armies are the future of warfare, and the first such army shall be my creation. I shall proudly bear the name of the Redanian Air Force, the RAF. They've hatched. Never seen harpies so tiny, and dare I say, cute. They have no bosoms yet, but do have enormous heads and equally enormous appetites, bird-like through and through. My first attempt at taming them have brought promising results. The young harpies eat out of my hand, and sometimes eat our hands as well. My assistant already had lost 2 fingers. I love how he sees that as, like, promising results. The fact they eat your fingers. The alderman of Hedel came skittering to our tower, desperately bawling about spiders plaguing in his village, begging for our help, weeping for their picked-upon livestock and offspring, who suffer the most from the arachnoid's bites. One swarm of mindless eating machines preying on another. How dare he interrupt my work on the Wunderwaffe for such banalities? Instead of the arachnocide he requested, I gave him a bottle of anachronal pheromones. What a prick! Won't he be in for a surprise? But do the peasants not say spiders and snakes a happy home make? I'm sure I've heard that them say that somewhere. Heard them say something of the sort. Our funds are nearly exhausted. I shall be forced to take something from a rainy day stash I hid from Hubert on the top floor of the tower. The bulk of our outflow goes towards the purchase of pork, which the harpies devour in gargantuan quantities. Perhaps if we were to dress one up like a Redanian armor now and present it at court, the king himself will become our patron. No, no, no. The entire squadron must be present, else Radovid will deem the whole undertaking a farce. It seems our harpies have grown tired of pork. I found the scraps of Hubert's God damn it. I found the scraps of Hubert's overalls in one of the cages. No great loss. Hubert had already lost 8 fingers feeding them. Couldn't even grip a broom. Catastrophe has struck. Someone opened all the cages and let out the harpies. I'm sure I'll find them wheezing their last in the grass outside the tower. After all, no one has fed them for a week. Oh my god. The Royal Air Force. So this guy's clearly like a complete and utter asshole, so I don't really... Was he damning? I can hear something. Sounds like a insectoid of some description. I'm not that worried about it, to be honest. There's a lot of dead people here. An insane amount of dead people. Ron Drump's account book. Mainly consists of calculations and notes concerning the management of real estate in Oxenfurt, Novigrad and the surrounding region, with comments scrolled in the spaces between entries. Man named Nicholas Vogel showed up at our office, introduced himself as a biologist. Fellow made a bad impression on me from the start. Short, thin, with a hunched back, spectacles thick as wine bottles perched on his nose. Had a grin to bear that. Had to grin and bear it though, for he was willing to pay generously and in species to rent the tower. First 3 months delivered in advance. The owner agreed, so what could I do? But I was curious about this biologist and wanted to learn what he wanted the whole tower for. He was cagey at first, and let slip, giddy with excitement, that he planned to rear harpies. You don't rear harpies, I cried, but he retorted that he'd soon change that, and his tamed tower-bred harpies would prove their use in warfare. Sure, I can see it already, winged vermin donning the Redanian red, flying off in a row, I swear. If I've ever heard a bigger load of rubbish, my name ain't Ron Drump. A few pages have been ripped out and pecked. Voger's late with rent, paid the first 3 months up front, and since not a peep. He's going to force me to get off my ass and go hound him for it. At the tower now, and not a trace of Harpy to be found. The learned gent's here, though. Thing is, he's dead. Something vicious sliced open his gut and dragged his innards all over the room. And there's not the worst part. In the workshop back room, there's an open cellar filled with half-eaten human corpses. The stank of death's unbearably strong. Fills the whole tower. Can't give a rat's ass anymore for the rentios. I'm getting the blazes out of here, so something else gets me too. Unfortunate. So this here be the back room. Royal Lineages of the North. It's actually kind of useful. Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon, born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, Princess of Bruges and Duchess of Sodden, heiress to Innes Ard-Skellig and Innes Anskellig, and suzerain of Atra and Ab Yara, daughter of Pavetta, see Pavetta Fiona Ellen, and Urcheon of Ehrenwald, see Emirva Emrys, granddaughter to the famous Lioness of Sintra, Queen Calanthe, see Calanthe Fiona Rhiannon. Whew. That's just her title. A shipwreck occurred during the journey from Sintra to Skellige, which took the lives of the Urcheon and Pavetta. Cyrilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandmother. In 1260, afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calanthe sent Cyrilla to the court of King Everil? See Everil of Verdun, where the heiress of Sintra was to marry the heir of the throne of Verdun, Prince Kistrin. Though allying with Verdun and gaining the aid of that realm's army was at the time Calanthe's top priority, no marriage ever occurred, and Cyrilla returned to her grandmother's court in 1262. During the so-called Sintra massacre, Cyrilla went missing. Again, the Netflix series does quite a good job of actually going through that. I mean, a few notable changes there, but it does it quite well. If you haven't guessed, I like to watch the Netflix series. It was quite good. There were some changes from the books that I thought were unnecessary, some that I didn't like, some that I did like, but for the most part, I like the series. It was good entertainment. Are there more harpies up here? It doesn't seem like there's more harpies up here, but there might be more harpies up here. There's a harpy nest up here. There is a dragon over there. Or a draconid, not actually a dragon. I also don't understand how this entire tower has collapsed. Then again, I also don't know how long it's been since he bought it. Like, this could have all happened a very long time ago. New moon trousers. And a bunch of other stuff. Now, getting down here from here without dying, goddammit, Geralt. Can be difficult, was what I was about to say. Getting down here from here without dying can be difficult. I don't think it's going to give me a particularly bad spawn here. I think it should be fine. But that was hilariously appropriately timed. Indeed. I can literally just loot this again and then we're good. Now, as I said, getting down from here without dying, it can be difficult. Because Geralt likes to roll around and do all sorts of bullshit. There we go. Alright. And we're out. We out this bitch. Alright. Now we can head out this horrible weather. To the point... There we go. Oh. Well... The weather's actually worse now, but, you know, whatever. Wind's howling. Alright. He was in the wood. It is literally just up this road, so I'll get on Roach. I won't even bother cutting. Hey, Roach.
Not so fast, Roach.
Lumberjack. Where? Oh, actually, no, I know where this is. Yeah, we were here before. That there was the cart that... It was a previous quest. Don't worry about it. I know where I am. It's all good.
Go, go.
But we want to head off this way, I guess. Ugh. Into these woods. See if we can find a halfling body. Gives you a fairly wide search area. In fact, it gives you an enormously large search area. Oh, here we go. Luckily, what you're looking for is fairly obvious.
Herbalist's cart. Got some blood here. Blood. Dried. A few days old. Trail's gone cold. Need to look around. Ask. Maybe someone's seen him.
Well, you'd think if anyone's seen him, these people probably would.
Bloodstains. Months old.
Sorry for the light in here, it's pretty bad. It's probably... So there's bloodstains on this table, which is interesting, and hand marks on the walls. Certainly interesting. Peasant here. I'm gonna search around a bit more. Nothing of particular note in this one. What about over here? That one I can't even get into. Alright, let's go talk to these peasants. Again, lighting. Horrible. I'm just gonna, like... go to another day. I want to get rid of the storm. Because honestly, the storm is what's screwing me here. Not much better as far as weather goes, but a lot lighter, so that's something. Hello.
Jude! Sharp now! We've company! What's brought you to these parts, master? Lost your way?
No. Looking for someone.
Ah, do tell. Perhaps we can help.
What is this place?
What is this place, exactly?
A village? Plain to see?
You're the only
Abandoned
ones
house
here.
is about all I see.
Aye. It's only us now. Young folk have gone off to the city seeking work, and the old have all died. Ain't that right, Judd?
Right as rain.
Saw bloodstains inside.
Bloodstains in the hut next door. Know anything about that?
Aye, course. Judd guts game in there.
In someone else's hut?
None live there no more, see? And working neath the roof, it's more pleasant, civilized. Rain don't whip and sun don't blind.
Makes sense.
Why poke your nose in there to start with? Do better to give an old couple some peace.
Oddly defensive. Although, the explanation does make sense. If you're going to be chopping up game, it's better to do it in a house. I mean, you may as well make use of the house.
Looking for someone named Fulkert. Light-haired halfling. Ring any bells?
Aye. Saw a little one round here. Out picking herbs.
Till he got hurt. Ran across a trail of blood. Trail led me here.
'Tis just as you say. Wolves had attacked him. He fled here seeking shelter. I told him, back to your city, young master. Plenty such dangers hereabouts. But the fool was stubborn. Said he had to pick his blooms aforehand. Ventured back into the woods. And that were the last of him. Heard howling that night. Sent shivers down my spine.
So where are his remains? Wolves would have left something. His boots, maybe.
Didn't go looking. But he's too old to go tramping about in the woods.
So long.
Something off about this story, which Geralt seems to believe.
Rotting meat.
He's got a nose for such things, it seems. Interesting. A hidden cellar. Again, this is very dark, even for me. Apologies for that. It should be lighter in this room.
Damn it.
I want them lit because it's dark. Cured leather, that's somewhat dark. But there's a cage down here.
Light-haired halfling. Must be Fulkert. Ripped open, gutted and drained. No way to determine the cause of death.
No way to tell the cause of death. Gutted and drained. At the very least they lied.
Been to your larder. Meat-rich diet. That what you like?
Master, not at all. Tain't like that.
Best hope not, or you'll be next to get a hook through your neck.
The wolves killed him. Him and the others. We but gather the bodies. That's the truth.
We're old and frail, we've no strength to plough or sow, but we gotta eat. Have pity, master.
I always tell them I've never killed them. And I'm intrigued.
Folks say we Witchers have no feelings. It's a barefaced lie. Right now, I feel rage, and I can't wait to vent. Bad idea.
Stick you in a stew.
It would be hilarious if I died to peasants wielding planks.
Chill. Rotten chill.
Also, I kind of believe that these guys are actually killing them. They may not be, but I don't necessarily trust them, that's for damn sure. The reason I attacked them, by the way, is I've always had this kind of suspicion that they're actually werewolves or something. Or some kind of monster. But they may actually just be peasants. It seems that that's a possibility. Still... Actually, no, now I think about it. His blood trail led here. And there was... that bloody handprint in the... I think they did kill him. Because the blood trail led here. If they died in the woods and they collected the bodies, there wouldn't be a blood trail that led here. I feel a lot not as bad about killing these guys. I think they did kill him.
Humans.
Interesting, though. What is the rusty key for? So they were human, according to Geralt. And I guess he would know. Toussaint, Duchy of the Tales of the Fantasy and Wonder. I will read that in a minute. I'm more interested to find out if they have anything hidden in here. Locked. Oh. Alright, we're back. So I got up here, there's literally nothing in there. Which... I don't understand. I don't understand why you would put a locked door in there. Why, CD Projekt? Why? In any case. I killed them. And I think they're... I mean, it's ambiguous, but like his blood trail literally leads to their village. And then they said he ran back out to get more herbs? Maybe. He ran through the village. He ran away from whatever attacked him and got it here. And then they're trying to tell me that he then just left again to keep picking herbs. I find that very hard to believe. In any case, we can fast travel back to the herbalist. Hello.
Hey there. Volkert, your apprentice. I know what happened to him.
Out with it. I've gone near daft with worry.
He was... really no gentle way to put this. Cannibals ate him.
Cannibals? A short ride from Novigrad. In Velen, that would be one thing, but here... Gods! You slew them, right? Tell me you killed them.
Yep.
I did.
He's been avenged. There's that. Your coin. Take it and now please be on your way. I must write to Volkert's parents.
There's always something depressing with this place, unfortunately. But in any case, we can also pick up this reward from the woman. She is supposedly in Oxenfurt somewhere, I believe she said she was going to be, which is nice. It kind of links in fairly good. I'll go to the harbour, it's probably easiest. Also, apparently there's a new notice on the notice board in Oxenfurt, which is odd. I would have thought I've got everything from Oxenfurt at this point. So we will go to the notice board.
Your kind spreads disease, defeatism and desertion.
Oh, interesting. It looks like the quest is for... Yeah. Why can I get that? I thought you couldn't get this until you completed the game. Can I do... Can I go to Toussaint before I complete the game? I didn't... Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Handbooks for sale. The following medical handbooks of interest to students and scholars alike are available for purchase. Corpus Physicium, like new, save for a few juvenile illustrations on the title page. Omni Bondum, corners bent, ink smeared, missing last chapter. Quasar et Coeur, good condition, though the engravings have been drawn upon the annotation with some less than scholarly scribblings. Price flexible, will accept payment in crowns and demijohns? Oh, demijohns of wine, okay. Stefan. Fair enough. We'll purchase lecture notes. I'm interested in buying neatly taken lecture notes, particularly from Professor Edgar Grinberg's series of discourses on rhetoric. That's kind of funny. Because Oxenfurt, by the way, is where the university is, the biggest and largest university on the continent. Not including the magic schools of Banard and Aretusa, but they're not really universities per se. The actual university where you do like scholarly learning is at Oxenford Academy. So they've got students trying to buy lecture notes. Regetta Rhyme. The medicines faculty oarsmen are to a man swats and horsens. Annotation, philosophies, rowers are cunts and cockblowers. Rowers, blowers. That actually rhymes better than oarsmen and horsens. Swats and horsen would rhyme, but interesting. The drinker's degree shall pour no more. In light of the recent closure of Oxenford Academy, the drinker's decree, our cherished student union, which for 87 years faithfully served up soothing ales and lagers to the thirsty student body, has closed its doors. Let us raise our voices together for one last vivat. Academia vivat. Professors. Student gowns for sale cheap. Last year I thought I'd sniffle out the business deal of a lifetime. Every fall, a whole herd of students came pouring into Oxenford, and each of them got to buy a gown and one of those caps for little dangly things. So I took out a loan from Vivaldi, hired a couple of tailors to whip me up some prime gear, and then war came, and I was with a mountain of debt and a warehouse full of frilly black shite. If anyone's interested in buying it, come to Frederick's Vase. You can usually find me in a tavern drinking my woes away with other sad sots. That's really unfortunate, because that is a fantastic business venture. And then, by something completely outside your control, you're just fucked. It's unfortunate. That's why you should buy insurance. Appeal to Sir Geralt of Rivia, the bridge of his crest. Geralt of Rivia, at the behest of our merciful sovereign, her illustrious grace, Anna Henrietta. We have journeyed to the northern realms to lay before you our mission. A terrible monster has appeared in the Duchy of Toussaint. A beast that has committed heinous crimes against her grace's subjects. Once the most famous among witches has the ability to destroy the beast, thus we humbly beseech you to appear in the village of Holloway, where we shall await you in full hope that you will deign to hear our woes and liberate our lands from the clutches of fear. Your humble servants, Sir Palmerim de Lanfol and Milton de Perac Perrin, Knights of the Severance of her Grace and the Duchy. That's insane. I can do Toussaint before I complete the game. I didn't know I could do that. After I complete this DLC, we're doing that. I've decided. I'm just going to do both DLCs. I didn't know you could do that. That's insane. Maybe you can't. Maybe you talk to them and he's like, I've got to say Siri before I leave and go to Toussaint. That would make sense. I just didn't think you could get the notice. Either way, let us... Oh. God damn it. It's pointing me towards there now. Secondary quest... Yes? Rose of a Redfield, there we go.
Pounds of steel.
Pounds of steel. She's in the bar, that would make sense.
They found another corpse yesterday. Drained. Crawl back up the yard.
There we go.
Is it true?
Hello. Adela.
Avenged your friend.
I knew you'd succeed, puss peepers. I knew it. Go on, out with it. Who was the bastard?
Bastards. Brethren of the Order of the Flaming Rose.
What'd you do to them? Scald them with hot irons, pick out their eyes, skin them alive.
No, just killed them.
Oh, so handsome and so boring. Here, puss peeps, your gold. Ought to be enough for an ounce of panache.
Thank you. Also, that's interesting, that quest as well, because Adela's reaction there, which is like, oh, did you skin them alive, murder them, poke her up the arse. It gives you a kind of idea about the mentality of Olgierd's gang. They're somewhat sadistic in their penchant for cruelty. But in any case, that's going to be it for this episode. We're in Oxenfurt, which is good because next we are going to, I'll actually highlight it. We're actually going to head into the sewers to take out the main quest. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And as always, I shall see you next time, where we're going to head into Oxenfurt sewers. See you guys.